What's up, everybody? Max Cavalera here. You listen to Heavy Mag in Australia with our new album, Chama.
Fantastic, Max. Thanks for joining us this morning, brother.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So there's a bit going on with Soulfly at the moment, but we'll start with your new album, Chama, which is due out on October 24th. This is going to be your 13th album with Soulfly to go with countless others from Sepultura, Kill or Be Killed. There's heaps more, but do you still get the same feeling of anticipation that comes with a new album, despite putting so many out?
Oh yeah, no matter how many albums you make, it's always the same. There's nervousness and anxiety. I probably have a bunch of ulcers from making records. Um, but it's a cool excitement. It's fun, It's like you know, you're proud of the thing, you're proud of you want to hear what people think of it, because that's what fuels what everything that we do is for the fans to enjoy what we do, um but I think like right now Soulfly it's been more inspired than ever before. I think this is like a really good moment in Soulfly, a really inspirational moment to make a record like Shama. Is very full of enthusiasm and inspiration, and the record is full of I feel very strong songs and full of tribal grooves, kind of back to the tribal beginnings of Soulfly, and with a lot of real cool noise stuff in it, which is like makes it more modern. I've been joking, calling this album it feels like tribal technology. You have the tribal beats, but with technology on top of it together. But I think it's gonna be if you love Soulfly, this album is definitely for you. Like this is an album made for a Soulfly fan. If you don't like Soulfly, don't even waste your time. You're not gonna like this record.
Fair call. Now you've touched on the musical side of it, bro. But can you go a bit deeper into it for us? So tell us what you were going for this time around musically.
Yeah, I mean this record came about it started with experimenting, me and Zion like jamming and you know collecting riffs and ideas. And the more we thought about the record, the more it was going in this groove tribal direction naturally. And it was cool that it went that way. Um for some reason it's my most Brazilian record of all time. With the name is in Portuguese. We have songs in Portuguese. We have songs about favela, which is the Brazilian slums in the hills. Um, and then one song that's the name is inspired by Australia. Actually, is
Okay.
always was, always will be. That's an Aboriginal quote. It was from when I was in Australia. I saw a documentary that was called Always Was, Always Will Be. I wrote that name down in my notebook because like I'm gonna use that at some point in the future. And it became one of the songs in it's kind of more experimental song. It's got a bit of Godflesh vibe to it, electronic drums, real noisy, ethereal noise screaming in the background, and it's got real hard Brazilian spiritual lyrics on it. The record is a bit of an adventure kind of record. Inside of the album, we have the story about Chama is a boy that grew up in the favelas, and his mother passed away, and she comes to him as a spirit and tells him to go to the jungle, go to the Amazon, and reconnect with the spirits of the forest. And he becomes a more powerful person after he does that. And it's really cool that we have this story right in the middle of the record. But yeah, I think that record is full of cool guests, a lot of cool people. Dino from Fear Factory. We got the guys from Unto Others and Nails and No Warning and Arch Enemy. Again, this is a Soulfly record with guests, tribal music, percussion. It's everything fans love about Soulfly. It's on this record.
Okay. Further to that point, like you've been quoted as saying that I'm excited to present to long-time Soulfly fans a revival of our original sound. Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
How are you going back to the original sound?
We are and we aren't at the same time, because it's impossible to really go back to that time, to 98, 99. It was a magical time when Soulfly was born, including when we came to do um we came to play Big Day Out Festival. Was an incredible experience. But I think if you compare to the last couple of Soulfly records like Totem, Ritual, um, even like Conquer, this record feels very different from that. Is really more connected to stuff like Primitive and Prophecy and Soulfly One. Um, but also together with that, there's modern shit on it as well with electronic noises and stuff. That's part of the production between Zion and Arthur. So I think the record is a combination, but if it does feel like a real Soulfly record, to me, when I listen to Chama, this is the vision I had for Soulfly in the big for the from the beginning. This is the kind of shit we want to play. This is it. It's spiritual, it's tribal, it's heavy grooves, and it's heavy as balls. Like a lot of the stuff is just fucking heavy, man. Favela dystopia and nihilist is more like almost like an In Tombs kind of song. Like it was let's give to them. um, and it's cool. The record's short too. It's only 33 minutes. So it doesn't we don't fuck around. You come in, punch you in the face, and we leave. We get out, we get out of the way.
Beautiful. Hey, you've spoken about this a couple of times, bro, but you mixed a bit of, you've done a bit of experimenting musically. You've got a bit of electronics through with the tribal stuff. Like, is that easy to integrate together in music?
I think so. I think it's cool. To me, experimental music is very interesting because it's very organic, and I think like when you have the chance to do it, you should do it because the results are always real exciting. And you know even the intro like of the album, which we call it Indigenous Inquisition, we created this almost like a ritual piece of music. It feels like you're in a trance ritual tribal environment, with the heavy drums and the guitars, and then there are all these noises uh going around. And I'm saying the names of tribes that are no longer in existence. They're all been killed. Just like they've been erased from the map of the world by genocide. Um, so yeah, I think it's cool. It's like we use technology that we don't abuse it, but you use it the right way so it matches the organic tribal sound of the record.
It's actually good that you bring up Indigenous Inquisition because I wanted to talk about that next. Like, it's a very powerful song. Like you say, you're speaking about the genocide and extinction of the original American people. But what was the thought process behind starting the album with that? Like, it's such a powerful piece of music.
Yeah, so I wanted to make an intro song. I never had that one of those in Soulfly. All the record pretty much starts with the opening song, and so we create a minute and a half, 2 minute introduction song that we can play live. That's heavy as fuck, like real, just hitting you in the face with it. But also with a deep meaning, behind. And that became the idea of calling Indigenous Inquisition, because that's what happened. That there was a inquisition on all the indigenous tribes, and it happened in South America, it happened in North America, it happened in Africa, it happened in Australia, and many tribes got extinct from this. So yeah, it's a bit dark beginning, but I think it's necessary because it's the reality of the world. So we wanted to pinpoint, almost like you gotta teach your sons or you gotta teach your kids about shit like Holocaust so it doesn't happen again. You gotta tell them the truth. Okay, these people all died because of this madman called Hitler. same kind of situation, these tribes are extinct because of society, because of bad government, and then we made it into a real heavy song, man. It's real heavy. I can't wait to play that live. I think that's gonna set the tone for the rest of the night.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna come in with the guns blazing on that one.
Nice. And pieces of music like that, like that's very close to your heart. That sort of subject, like, are they difficult for you to write and perform pieces of music like that?
It's difficult to maintain passionate about, because sometimes you lose focus of what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think the hard part is once you grab something that you really love, um, stay with it, and stay motivated. And I think that was kind of like the hardest part of this record was, but also in the same token, is one of the things I'm most proud of the record is the message in some of the songs like "Storm the Gates" and "No Pain Equals No Power." That actually can be related to sports, like football players or rugby players playing through pain in order to get the power that they need, and to get the glory. And it was cool. I'm singing about more shit that I know about it in real life. So it becomes something that I believe in, and I'm screaming. And once when you're screaming about something that you believe, it's easier to um, it's easier for the fans to identify with the real deliverance that you're giving to them. Almost like you can feel my soul on those screams that I'm giving. The real, sometimes painful screams. They're hard screams, but they're meaningful. They're full of power. They're full of fire. And I think that was like the thing about this record that cuts real deep is this, you know, you believe in the lyrics and you believe in the music and you just go for the throat. It was really kind of cool to execute that way.
Nice. Now, Chama says you passed producing credits and creative direction over to your son Zion, who's also been Soulfly's drummer for 10 years. But why is now the right time to give him that added responsibility?
Yeah, I produced records before like Prophecy, Dark Ages, and I told him I don't want to produce this album because if I produce it, it's gonna come out the way I want it, and I don't want that. I want something different. I want to be challenged. I want you to challenge me. I want you to tell me my riff sucks and I better make a better riff. So that kind of mentality, kind of like I need somebody that is not a yes man, somebody that actually challenges me. And we did that. And it was cool. So we're in the studio. I'm busting my ass on the riff, and he's like, no, it's not good enough. You better bring it. And so it really challenged me as a musician to come out with the best shit I could come up. And it was cool to see his he was inspired, and I think he's gonna have a great career producing records after this one because a lot of people are gonna like this record, and I think he's got a future in this area of music. And I think it was cool to like give him the keys of the car and let him drive the car, and I just sit in the back, and enjoy the ride, kind of situation. It was really cool.
Would have been. And another one of his sons, Igor Amadeus, played bass on some tracks, and he also helped write lyrics for the title track as well as for Vela Dystopia. So, how much of yourself can you see in your boys when you write and create music together?
It's amazing. It's so cool. Especially this record, we work all together on it. And I remember in the studio sitting down with Zion and Igor writing lyrics. I don't like to write lyrics. I never liked it, so I'm having them help me find the best lyrics I can find. And I remember I had like flashbacks of them as young kids, like 2, 3 years old, sleeping on guitar cabinets and Ozzy singing in the background, during
Wow.
Ozfest. And I was like, this is so cool because it's a journey, they've been through this journey with me through all these years. They've been through all these festivals, all these concerts. They slept in real shit venues. We ate shit food. Um, it's all been a journey, and now we're doing this together and preparing them for their journey now too, because they're gonna be hopefully even continue Soulfly after I'm no longer here. Hopefully they can even continue this thing, without me. To me, that would have been great. I love that idea.
So along those lines, have you discussed a musical succession plan for one day when you decide you just had enough?
Not really. I mean, it's we talk a little bit about it, and it was his idea. He said that hopefully, like one day, he can continue doing Soulfly after I'm no longer here. And that's I thought that was a great, cool, great point. And even without that, even if they're in another band doing what, as long as they're happy and doing what they love from the heart, because this music and this lifestyle requires sacrifice. It's not for the fainted heart.
Yeah.
You gotta have a hard, tough skin, and you gotta really love what you do, because there's a lot of crap moments. um, but to get to a good moment, you gotta have a lot of shit moments. So when the good moments come, they are good. They're worthwhile, and that's what I try to teach them. uh there's no easy path. Nothing is easy in life. To get to something good, you have to go through the bad. And that's cool. I think that's like a life lesson that they have to learn, and hopefully they and I also told them enjoy the moments. Enjoy every moment that you have in this world, because it's a beautiful thing to be alive, to be playing music, to be making music, to be sharing music with the world, with the people of the world. It's a cool feeling.
Damn straight, brother. Damn straight. Now, the other news is that Soulfly are touring Australia next year with Nailbomb and Snot. Like, I don't know about you, brother, but that is probably one of the best trifectas of bands that you could have possibly put together to come here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Nailbomb is killer live. We just done Europe a couple weeks ago. We set Europe ablaze. We set all the festivals on fire. Um, And then we have Soulfly with a new record, which is great. We get to play a lot of Chama together with all the hits, the Soulfly hits. And then we have Snot. Of course, Snot is connected to the early Soulfly, man. Mikey played guitar with me on Primitive and Soulfly 3. And yeah, it's not a cool band. Mikey's great. I think the Australia fans gonna love it. It's gonna be an amazing time. I can't wait. Actually, I love Australia. I love to be back there, and that's gonna be just a lot of fun, man. I'm excited to be back in Australia in January. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be hot, right?
Oh, it's going to be stinking hot, brother. Stinking hot.
Stinking hot.
I'll bring you a
It's
pair
not
of
just hot.
heavy.
It's
I've got
stinking
some heavy
hot.
moss shorts. I'll bring you a pair of heavy moss shorts, and you can rock out with them
There you
on.
go. Yeah, please. I need that.
Dude, but do you realize how much work you've created for yourself, mate? Putting Soulfly and Nailbomb on together.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm actually like feeling actually kind of good right now, health wise. I feel really cool, and um, yeah, I think I'm up for the challenge. I love both sets. They're very different from each other. Nail Bomb is a bit easier. I don't have to sing as much. Soulfly, I do all the singing, but I think the crowd's gonna be there. I'm gonna feed off the crowd, no problem. It's a done deal. It's gonna be great.
I'll back you in, brother. Now, those shows start in Brisbane on January the 26th. Then you head to Sydney on January 27th, Melbourne on the 30th. And either side of those dates, you've got Froth and Fury Festival in Perth on January 24th and Adelaide on January 31. So just say someone's going to one of those festivals and they don't know too much about Nailbomb and Soulfly, because there's lots of other bands there. Like, what three songs should they listen to get ready for what you're going to bring?
Well, you should definitely go listen to Nail Bomb Vaito Manuku. That's a second track of the first record. Listen to Soulfly, Jump the Fuck Up. Yes, Jump the Fuck Up. And go listen to Storm the Gates, brand new Chama. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna have more songs. No hope. Hopefully, Nihilist and No Pain, No Power. But yeah, all of those will get you fired up for the concert for sure.
Fantastic, Max. Thanks very much for your time, bro. Always a pleasure chatting with you, mate. And we'll catch you at as many shows as I can get to in January.
All right, man. Take care, brother. Peace
Enjoy the
out.
rest of the day. Thanks, bro.